Mr. Kennedy.
How do you do, sir?
I hated to have you drive all the way out here.
Oh, glad to do it.
I didn't know when we'd be able to get into town.
I understand.
Come in.
I brought an analysis of your portfolio covering the fiscal period ending March 1st. Now, you'll notice the improvement in your capital position.
Fine. As soon as Mrs. Weston is well enough. Oh. Sylvia.
I don't know who you are, but please help me. He's keeping me here against my will. I haven't been allowed out of my room for 2 days.
Sylvia, this is Mr. Kennedy of Kennedy, Phelps and Jerome. He's here to talk to you about your investments. I sent Miss Treadwell up to tell you he was here.
Mrs. Weston!
Would you excuse me a minute?
Mrs. Weston! You remember me as Sylvia Weston?
Well, I'm afraid not. I only came into the firm 2 years ago when I got out of college.
Mr. Kennedy, he's locked me in my room, drugged half the time.
Well, you've been ill, Mrs. Weston. No, I'm sure
You call me Mrs. Weston, but how can you be sure that's who I am? Will you at least consider the possibility that I may not be Mrs. Weston? Oh, not just to humor me. There must be someone in San Francisco who remembers Sylvia Weston.
Darling, you have no family except a few cousins in New York. I haven't seen you since you were a kid. As far as friends go, we've been gone for 12 years.
Mr. Kennedy, has your firm represented me for a long time?
Well, since your parents died, I believe you were about 5. Our company has administered the trust since that time.
Well, then surely someone in your office would remember me.
Well, my father handled all of your affairs personally.
Well, then let me see him, talk to him.
Well, he passed away a little over a year ago.
Darling, don't you think I've racked my brain to think of anyone who'd remember?
We've prepared a comprehensive analysis of your trust, showing a steady growth and a principal. You can study this at your leisure. This is your regular quarterly allotment check.
$20,000.
If you'll sign this receipt.
Oh, I can sign for her. I have a temporary power of attorney.
All right, but we'd like Mrs. Weston's signature, too.
How can I sign it? I have no name.
You are Sylvia Pierce Weston.
It's merely a formality.
I'll sign on one condition.
What is it?
That you let me make a telephone call.
Darling, I've never tried to stop you from making a call. But who do you know to call?
I know someone.
Well, if it'll put your mind at ease, you can make a dozen calls. Sign the receipt, please. Mr. Kennedy has other things to do.
I want to telephone Dr. Hyatt before he leaves.
All right.